This year has been a little bit different in terms of the bowl selection process. Ordinarily, the last 2 years, my experience has been our athletic director and myself usually knew like the day before or at least 12 hours before the announcement. This one came right down to the wire. Michael Alford just got off the phone and called me, but we're headed to Boise to play in the Idaho Potato Bowl against the Wyoming Cowboys. So we're really excited about the opportunity to play a Mountain West opponent. I've heard nothing but great things about this bowl game and the people out there that run it. And so we're really excited to start our preparation. Don't know much about Wyoming at this point. I know they have an outstanding quarterback. I know they're a very good football team. Coach Bohl is head coach out there, and I know he's done an outstanding job everywhere he's been. So we're really looking forward to the matchup and to begin preparation.
John, you not knowing until just a minute or so ago, the opponent is important, but also the time frame that you have. The Idaho Potato Bowl is whatever it is, the 16th or something.
I think it's 22nd.
Okay, but it could have been the Quick Lane Bowl on the 26th too. So now you have that. I mean, I guess you can set some things concretely. But how hard is that, not knowing? Because you always know.
Well, you kind of get a rundown ahead of time. You get a top three. This is, we could be here, here, here. We kind of felt like it was going to be either Boise or Detroit. And, honestly, last week the players were in, but all they did was run and lift with Jason. And the entire staff, including myself, was out on the road recruiting. So we met yesterday as a staff, and it was kind of an organizational meeting, recruiting update, shelled out some practices. And, then I kind of met with Ben Presnell and Albert Karchnia, and we kind of shelled out what a schedule would look like if we were in Boise, and then really if it was going to end up Detroit. You get a total of 15 practices maximum. Those are very valuable for your program. It's one of the benefits of being in bowl eligible and playing in the bowl, and the extra practices. You want to be able to use them to prepare for the game, but you also want to use them to continue to develop some of your younger players, and so that's a big benefit to being in it. This year with the early signing date, and you got a banquet. There's a lot on the calendar here coming up between now and that game, and so we're just excited. I don't know if we'll be able to get all 15. I think I've got us down for 13 or 14, but that's still a big bonus, and we're excited.
Wyoming on your radar, or did you have a radar?
Not really. Everything's so up in the air. Honestly, I don't even fully understand or profess to understand how the whole process works. It's kind of a mystery to me, and so I think Michael would be able to give you a better insight on that. But I know that ESPN has a lot to do with it. Our conference obviously has some automatic tie-ins. Boise's not one that we've been to yet before, and certainly, the long-standing relationship with our conference and the people out there, I think, is a relationship that's important to our conference and to all of the member teams. And so, we're excited to go out there. I know that they really wanted us. I think they were a team that they were one of the bowls that was really interested in having us out there, and so we're just really happy to be bowling.
What could this mean, I guess, in terms of a recruiting standpoint, where you already have a set base in the South Atlanta and Jacksonville, and also the state, but also in that northwest area? How can this be an opportunity where you can get garner interest?
I think that's a good question. We really haven't gone out west very much. I don't see us, pushing into that area in the immediate future, and that's for a couple of reasons. I think, geographically, you always tend to do a little bit better, closer to, closer to campus. I mean, I kind of consider us Michigan's team. Our roster is 70% in-state. That's the highest by far of any of our Division I schools in the state of Michigan, and it's always been that way traditionally. And so, that's kind of where we start everything, and then from there you want to branch out to that 6 to 7, 8 hour radius, which takes you in Chicago and down to Fort Wayne and Indianapolis. That's where the majority of, our bread is going to be buttered. Having the opportunity to go out into some areas like Florida and Georgia and, and now New Jersey a little bit. And, those are going to supplement, but, Florida's a big state, Georgia's a big state, New Jersey's a big state. We can't possibly cover all of it. It's more spot recruiting. It's based on relationships that we have with, that we've developed or pre-existing, relationships. For example, Chris Ostrowski's a Jersey guy. When I was at West Point, I recruited, the state of New Jersey, did a lot of clinics. So I was actually surprised, traveling down there with him this week, how many people I knew that were still working there. But, in terms of going out to the West Coast, it's, I think that at this point in time, I think that's a little, probably a stretch for us. The cost is the other thing too. I mean, you want to spend $1 here like it's $3. And I think we try to do the very best we can to be, financially responsible in running the program and, the decisions that we make in terms of where and how we invest our resources.
Do you think the players can gain more from a game maybe out of the state than if they were to stay in the state, or can players and coaches, anybody involved, do they get more from that experience? Or?
I think they're going to get a lot from the experience regardless. I think there's a lot to be said about playing somewhere where it's familiar. But then there's a lot to be said about branching out and seeing another part of the country and really the broadening of your experiences in doing those type of things. I mean, I've been out west. I've been to Montana. I've been to Colorado. I've never been to Idaho, so I'm really excited. I got a really good friend that coaches at Boise, and he, had a lot of great things to say about the area. So I think it'll be a great experience for our student athletes and to be able to go out and see the West.
What could that mean for potential recruits or upcoming classes? Meaning that you're by coming here, you're not just set here. You
Right.
have the opportunity to go to different places.
That's a good thing. I think what it says is, we've been bowl eligible now for what is it, 6 out of the last 7 years, if I'm not correct. Where's gym night?
10 to 12.
10 to 12. So that, being eligible, bowl eligible, and knowing that you're going to be playing in bowl games, whether it's the Bahamas where we've been, Miami, Detroit, and now Boise. I think I think it says a lot for the success and sustained success of our program.
Wyoming's quarterback Josh Allen was looked at as a top 5 pick before the season started. How big of a challenge is that going to be for your scout?
I think it will be a challenge. I haven't, again, we just found the opponent out 10 minutes ago here, so really haven't had a chance to really look at anything. I know of his reputation, obviously the reputation of the program, the coaching staff there. So, well, we're excited.
John, you go into this bowl game. I know every year you have injuries and things like that, but maybe healthier than last year going into the bowl game. And you're on a 5-game winning streak. Does that kind of feed into maybe a little more confidence going into this one? Or?
Yeah, I think we were playing. I think we've been playing really good down the stretch here, at least in spurts. I think you watch the first half of Northern Illinois, you might differ. Then you watch the second half and say we're pretty good, but we're finding ways to win. I think I think the leadership in our locker rooms really asserted itself this year. And, you know, I think some youth has continued to develop and grow. I think, you know, kids like Jonathan Ward and Sean Bunting on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, those guys have really grown up this year. They were good players at the beginning of the year. I don't think there's any question that they're better players now than they were. And really, that's what you want as a coach from your program, is you want to see every player improve throughout the year. And so, yeah, I think, you know, we're confident. We got to look at Wyoming and figure out what the challenges are going to be in facing them, and then come out and put together a game plan and prepare to execute it. And, you know, the flip side of that is, at the same time, we've got an opportunity to continue to develop some young guys that might not be playing roles right now or prominent roles right now, but will have prominent roles in the future.
How important would it be for the seniors or this group to put an exclamation point on the season and on the good work they've done?
I think it's, you know, I think that's the objective, you know, is to send the seniors out, you know, let them have, you know, let them finish their careers as, you know, with a bowl win. I think that would make a, you know, really put an exclamation point on what they've done so far, which is they've had an excellent season.
Are you okay, or like, are you content with the four main primary goals which we have right now, like General, Amelia, Idaho right now? Like, are you fine with this first slate?
You know, I mean, I think last year we had 5, and this year we dropped down to 4, and I think next year we go to 5 again. Again, that's above my pay grade. You know, I don't know if content is a word that I would use. It's like, it's more, you know, these are the options that you have. You don't really have any, you know, you don't really have we don't have a say in the process, and that happens, you know, way above us. I'm just trying to recruit, coach, and win games.
How good is it to actually have a decision now and know, and now you can actually start preparing?
It's a relief. It's, you know, the anytime you're waiting on something, it's always the uncertainty that you kind of keeps you wrestling back and forth. But it's good to have a definitive answer now.
Any thought of talking to the equipment people about getting all blue uniforms?
No, we won't change our colors.
I mean, you talked about the Bahamas and then Miami and everything the past couple of years, but it's really warm out there. I know the weather can be a little bit different there. Is that something you guys are going to try to prepare for?
Yeah, certainly. I think we're about, being a team from, you know, the Midwest, from Michigan, I think we're about as prepared as anybody could hope to be. You know, I haven't really looked at the weather, what the weather's like in Boise, but I would imagine it's probably similar to here.